so that we can then share it with those who are unable to join us this evening. But before I say a few words as an opening remarks, let's hear from our dearest Bhagawan.
సేవా విధానమును గుర్తించలేనటువంటి వ్యక్తులే నాయకులు కావటం చేతనే లోకం ఈ విధమైనటువంటి అల్లకల్లోలములకు ఆలవాలమైంది.
Today, the world has become in such a chaotic position because people who do not know how to serve others have become leaders.
ప్రాచీన కాలము నుండి పవిత్రమైన భారతదేశము అనేక విధములైనటువంటి త్యాగమునకు, యోగమునకు, కర్మలయందుకు అనేక త్యాగములు గలిపి తమ యొక్క నిస్వార్థమైనటువంటి యొక్క జీవితాన్ని గడిపినటువంటి వ్యక్తులు కోటాను కోట్లగలరు.
From times immemorial, you have got in Bharat millions of people who have undertaken work, sacrificing everything and serving the people.
కానీ దినదినమునకు ఇట్టి త్యాగతత్వం అనేటువంటిది సన్నగిల్లిపోతున్నది.
But gradually and day after day, that kind of sacrificing nature and sense is dwindling.
సేవా తత్పరులు అనేటువంటి వారు కరువైపోయారు.
People who know how to serve have become rare.
సేవ అనేటువంటి పేరుతో తమకు తాము మోసం చేసుకుంటున్నారు.
In the name of service to others, they are deceiving themselves.
సేవ అనేటువంటి పదం రెండు అక్షరములు అయినప్పటికీ అందులో మహత్తరమైనటువంటి, అఖండమైనటువంటి, అనంతమైనటువంటి అర్థం కూడి ఉంటున్నది.
The word service consists of two syllables, se and va, but it is pregnant with meaning.
తనను తాను మరచి దైవత్వం యొక్క చింతను హృదయమునందు ప్రతిష్ఠింపజేసుకుని సర్వాత్మ భావం చేత సలిపినటువంటి క్రియలకే సేవ అని సార్థకం.
Only such actions which are performed forgetting oneself entirely, recognizing the divinity in themselves and everyone, such actions alone can be called service.
ఎవరికో పరులకు సేవ చేస్తున్నారనేటువంటి భావము మనలో ఏమాత్రము ఉండరాదు.
We should never have the feeling that we are serving someone else.
సర్వకర్మ భగవత్ ప్రీత్యార్థమనేటువంటి యొక్క భావము చేత, త్యాగము చేత సేవలు సల్పాలి.
With a feeling that everything is offered as an offering at the lotus feet, one has to undertake service activity.
Thank you so very much for all of you who have taken your precious time to spend the next 1 hour with us. And as you just have heard our dearest Bhagawan talk about the importance of service. But I think in this particular case, what is beautiful is the manner in which we do service. And the reason why we selected this particular discourse and that snippet that you heard is that most of the regions, all of the Sai centers are in full force this year, coming up with incredible service activities, spiritual activities, devotional programs, all in order to honor the 100th year of our dearest Bhagawan. And it would be utmost importance for us to, at first, to make sure that we undertake and perform this service with keeping Swami's message and teachings in mind. And so before we begin with the program, I just want to make sure that I share with you that this particular year, it is with great joy and reverence that we certainly gather here today to celebrate a truly historic year. This is the 100th year of our revered Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Bhagwan's life and teachings have certainly touched millions across the world, inspiring many to embrace his 5 human values as we know it as truth, righteousness, peace, love, and non-violence. And certainly that as we reflect at the start of this year, 2025, as we reflect on his profound legacy of this 100th year, the most important is let us honor his mission of selfless service and universal love. And as he had mentioned in the message and the discourse, the importance of selfless service. May this centenary celebration rekindle in all of us our commitment to his one and timeless and beautiful and simple message, love all, serve all. His entire teachings is just in those simple 4 words, love all, serve all. And so, with that, what we have for the next hour is all of the national coordinators together with the Psi Center coordinators have come up with beautiful programs. And so over the past 1 year, in some cases a year and a half, many of these Psi Center coordinators together with the national coordinators have come up with these beautiful programs and offerings that many of the centers are participating in. And many of the um, national wing coordinators, what we're going to do for the next, I would say, 20, 25 minutes or so is that each of these wings are going to be presenting in 5 minutes. And so I would please ask the National Wing coordinators to make sure that they keep to that time limit. And so for 5 minutes on the programs that they're going to be initiating, and in some cases have already initiated over the past year. And once we finish the National Wing coordinators, then we're going to share another video of activities on SSIO activities across the world for Swami's 100th year. And we would end the session with some snippets of activities that being undertaken in all 6 regions by all of the centers in these 6 regions. And we would end with a message of moving forward. And so with that, I'd like to call upon our first National Wing Coordinator, Brother Sridhar, and together with his team of Assistant National Wing Coordinators, Sister Arti from Edmonton, as well as Brother Rajesh from Cooksville Psi Center in Region 1. And then so, Brother Sridhar, the floor is yours for the next 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, brother. So we have 2 initiatives we just wanted to share with all of you today. Thank you. First of all, it's so wonderful to see all of you here today. So I just want to I'm taking the opportunity to introduce you the Becoming to Being the program. But before that, I think this is as brother mentioned, this is the 100th birthday of Swami. It's very exciting for all of us. We're all blessed to be part of the Sai mission, but double blessed to be part of these celebrations. And he's chosen each one of us to be part of it. And congratulations to everyone, and then feeling very responsible for it. For this incredible opportunity, and then all the love Swami shared for this last 100 years. The question is we thought as a devotional team, how do we express our gratitude to Swami? I think the simple answer which we derived ourselves is basically living his message. Going back to what is his message, and every time Swami started a discourse, in so many discourses, and then he identified all of us as Prema Swaruplaras, or he always said Divyatma Swaruplara, so which means embodiments of love or embodiments of divine souls. So Swami is seeing the divinity in all of us, but then somewhere we shy away from it right now. So where do we stand? And we go to ask devotees, any of the devotees are probably group 3, group 4 kid, what is your ultimate goal of life? And then most matured answer we hear from them is, I want to become one with God. So the question is still the I want to become. So imagine the situation of you being a wave in an ocean, and wave is thinking, I want to become ocean. So, but the truth is it's not the ocean. So it's in simply is I think the simple thing is to recognize and then be the ocean. So if we are already God, even if we think it, what is the most, how do I realize? I think that's a question comes back is the simplest answer is we shed what we are not. So that this is what is Becoming to Being the program is. So we will question each day of this year, what is real versus what is illusion. Anything makes us realize the divinity is real. Anything distract me from taking away from it is illusion. So on this principle, next 1 year, we are planning 3 online webinars on below topics, which will help us to realize the real versus the illusion. After each webinar, we will send out a practical exercises in a day-to-day life to apply it in every minute. And for this, you don't have to sit for hours together of any sadhana. You just have to consciously live and question every minute. is this real versus illusion? So the first one will focus on self-inquiry. That's what we talked about right now, is everything versus real versus illusion. And the discrimination and detachment are the two tools which helps to have an efficient self-inquiry. The second webinar will focus on the 6 assets of the Shed Sampati. This is basically realizing the 6 assets within each one of us, probably hidden inside. And the last one is that intense longing to actually become one with divine. So please look forward for these webinar invites in next few months. And we are excited to have you all part of this journey together. And last, I'm myself and Sister Aarti is are happy to share that Brother Rajesh is from the Cooksville Center is also now part of the National Devotional Team. He will navigate us the next initiative.
Thank you.
Over to you, brother.
Jai Sai Ram. My loving pranams to you all. And it is an absolute pleasure to be with you all this evening. Being mindful of time, I will briefly go through our second national project, which is Sing His Glory. As we all know, when we sing Bhagwan's glory, He is with us constantly. And hence, we launched this project last year to reach a goal of 100,000 bhajans being offered to our beloved Bhagwan by his 100th birthday in November. All we ask is that you go onto our national website, register yourself. It's very simple. It's a very simple process. And thereafter, you go on a weekly or bi-weekly basis and register your count of number of bhajans that you have offered to our beloved Lord. So we have made very steady progress, but it is now time to accelerate our progress. We have currently 165 families who have already joined our program. We have just cleared the 50,000 K bhajan mark. So congratulations to everybody who has participated in the program. But now it's time to push ahead and reach our goal of offering 100,000 bhajans to Swami. This is a personal family sadhana. You could do this at home individually or with your family members and friends. We would like you to do this on a daily basis so that you could build that bond with the Lord on a daily basis of singing His glory. So this is our second national project. And please, presidents, office bearers, please remind devotees at your centers to register, to take part in this national program. It is a very simple program, but something that will touch your hearts. And on that note, being mindful of time, I'm going to ask Sister Aarti for our conclusion. Jai Sai Ram.
Loving Sairams, dear respected elders, brothers and sisters, thank you, Brother Sridhar and Brother Rajesh. We do encourage you all to explore becoming to being, to awaken that divinity with us, and to join with all the families across Canada who are singing His glory. And may we all experience true joy and feel Swami's presence in every moment as we walk this path together, taking one step closer to Swami, knowing that He's always there, taking 100 steps towards us. Jai Sai Ram.
Jai Sai Ram, thank you so very much. The National Devotional Team, Brother Rajesh, Brothers Rajesh and Sridhar, as well as Sister Aarti. And so for many of the devotees who are on call on this webinar, just as they mentioned, the best way to get involved in some of you have already involved in these programs, these wonderful, beautiful programs. Get just in touch with your Sai Center devotional spiritual coordinator. And if you wanted to get more information, and they would be there in order to be able to help you get in touch. And some of this, as Brother Rajesh had mentioned, the Sing His Glory is very straightforward. Just go to the website and register yourselves. So thank you so very much. And so next we go to the National Education Team. This would be both Sisters Ruby as well as Sister Baria.
Loving Sairam, dear brothers and sisters, thank you, Brother Shiva. So our first initiative is the National SSC Gayatri Mantra chanting that I would like to talk about. This is a special event that takes place online on the fourth Saturday of each month. This recurring initiative is uniquely led by our SSC children from across the country. It was launched in January 2024 and will run until Swami's 100th birthday in November 25. This initiative has witnessed remarkable participation from children across Canada, along with significant attendance from SAI members nationwide. The collective energy of these sessions has truly been uplifting. Brother Mindu, Sister Barry, and myself would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to all regional presidents, education coordinators, gurus, and parents for their steadfast support, which has been crucial to the success of this initiative. We cordially ask all regional presidents, and young adult coordinators to continue motivating our center members to join these sessions on a monthly basis, thereby uplifting our children. Together, let us all make an effort and be committed to supporting our young chanters in their beautiful journey of devotion. Next slide, please. Our next initiative is the Messenger of Sai series. The primary goal of this event is to highlight how 12 years of learning in SSC equips our children to lead loving and purposeful lives guided by Swami's teaching. This event started actually in February 2023, and we are honored to feature a speaker who is an SSC alumnus from Canada during this series. The Messenger of Sai series is a transformating annual event that delves into the profound impact of Sai Spiritual Education SSC on character development and professional success. Through engaging discussion and inspiring testimonies, we aim at demonstrate how the core values of SSC, such as discipline, empathy, and leadership, shape compassionate leaders for the future. Through this event, participants get to hear real-life examples illustrating how principles learned through SSC have significantly influenced career choices and cultivated a strong work ethic. Additionally, during this series, we aim at exploring the teachings of our beloved Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba's teachings, illuminating the connection between spirituality and career. So our team is planning to host the next Messenger of Sai event in September 2025, and we are at the phase of currently seeking a potential SSC alumnus to be our speaker. So if you have anyone in mind, please feel free to let us know. I now hand it over to Sister Beria to talk about the other initiatives we are working on. Thank you.
My loving Sairams to dear brothers and sisters, and my humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. And thank you, Sister Ruby. We have taken some of the initiatives already last year. And this is the one which is study circle, which was for gurus. It is a quarterly event, and we have done successfully 3 study circles so far. And our upcoming study circle, which is on March 8, is actually National Online Study Circle for Gurus, which is going to be a very important and wonderful event. And the ECs and the Gurus are very much encouraged to join this. The next one is the Season Seva for Group 4. It is actually a joint collaboration with young adults, and it is also started last year in January. And it is keeping in mind that our young adults and Group 4 students, they come together to enjoy and have that loving bonding, and they cook together for the community and for the homeless people. So this is becoming a popular event in spite of sometimes very cold weather. And we see that a lot of people show up, to receive this prasad of Bhagwan. And this is done quarterly, and bonding is growing bigger and bigger. We can see that. The next one is New Gurus Training Workshop. It is going to be starting from 15th of January. We have once in 2-year workshop. So this is after after 2 years, we are having it online, the training workshop, and the participation has been the many education coordinator have enrolled participants, aspiring gurus who will be looking forward to join for this 4 days workshop, and it starts from February 15th and February 22nd and March 1st, and there is a last one is going to be a refresher course for all the gurus. So there will be the new gurus who have attended the 3 days workshop, as well as the current gurus who are at our center, or old gurus. They're welcome to join this refresher course for all the gurus. After that, we are having this international, this is the SAI 100 initiative, which we are working right now, and it's in its planning process. But these are the main things what we are looking forward to do it with our SSC students and with the gurus. So it's called International Vegetarian Recipe Book. And this particular book will be compiled by all the SSC students, and with the help of course, gurus and their parents, because Swami always talks about triple partnership. So this is what we are going to be doing that. And there's another one, which is My Earth, My Duty project. And the children of SSC students will be writing up about this particular topic. And then they can also write poem and artwork. And they're going to be another initiative for this year, for SAI 100 years, and that is a career development. The goal is to guide SSC gurus and group 3-4 students in exploring, preparing for their careers by fostering self-awareness and career awareness. So professionals from diverse fields, our young adults will share experiences and advice, including those who have found success without post-secondary education. This will help students to understand various career paths and make them informed to take decisions, their future decisions. The program aims to run annually, with session will be held online or and sometime in person if the centers are willing to do that. And then after that, we are going to be having the last one, which is Rise for VIP program. So this particular program has been actually organized by the Malaysia SSSIO last year, October, and I had the privilege to attend this particular program. The main goal for this workshop was to raise awareness about certain topics and empower participants with self-confidence and courage, and empower young girls and boys to drive positive change and provide education, mentorship, and collective action for growth. It was also to inspire future leaders to act with integrity. It teaches how to tap the inner strength. This program also aims to empower participants and students by strengthening their physical self, mental capacity, intellectual capacity, and spiritual upliftment. This program, I felt, also was focused to creating a healthy mindset, fostering resilience, and nurturing decision-making skills. Additionally, it emphasizes the significance of gratitude and maintaining a positive attitude in life. The overall program is designed to build a foundation of self-awareness, resilience, and critical thinking in shaping a holistic person. So this program was attended, actually, there were about 7 to 8 participants from Edmonton itself who attended. And we have thought, because in SSC program, we already incorporated certain lessons which are actually taught in this particular session. So I would like to encourage all devotees, if they see the message to enroll for this, register for this, then they should please enroll themselves. Thank you so very much for your time, and Sairam to all of you.
Thank you so very much, Sisters Ruby and Baria, and from the National Educational Wing. And so next we'll go to Brother Niranjan, who is the National Service Coordinator, together with the assistants, Sister Sai Lakshmi from the Mississauga Central Sai Center, as well as Ronita Naika from Vancouver. Brother Niranjan, floor is yours. 5 minutes, please.
Sairam, Brother Shiva, thank you so much for the introduction. And I'm very happy to be presenting on behalf of this National Service Wing. Just a quick question to everyone who's on the Zoom call. Why did the tree get a job? Maybe you want to put it into the chat. Does anyone have an answer? The question is, why did the tree get a job? Any thoughts? Could anyone quickly answer this into the chat? Again, one more time. Okay, it helps take in CO2, release oxygen. Beautiful, love it. Anyone others? Well, because we have a long program ahead, I'll just tell you. It wanted to branch out. Okay, so over the last couple of years, we've been working towards this big project of trying to get the country together to plant trees. Tree planting is not new to us. We all been doing it in our science centers for many years, but we've been slowly building up this activity over the last couple of years. So this is not a new activity, but it's one that we are now wanting to take and launch off in a much larger way this year. So this is one activity that the National Service team is undertaking. It encompasses sort of what our main goal is this year. There's other ones, and then we'll be communicating that throughout the years. But it ties in with what's happening globally, nationally, and provincially, and in the communities around the country. So next slide, please. So next slide. We've had some success over the last couple of years. We've been getting people to tell us about the number of trees they're planting, and from coast to coast, we have people from BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. I'd like to say that the prairie provinces are doing quite well and leading the country in tree planting, and we also have people out east also planting trees, and in this year we're hoping to continue that trend. And I think on our national webpage, we have something over 2,000 trees planted. Next slide, please. And so the main message I think we wanted to share with all of you who are on this line is, in the last year or so, we have built a good framework in where you can go to the national webpage or go to treesoflove.ca. And tell us like how many trees you've planted. And we're thinking basically we're going to expand that to be not only trees, but maybe things that you're planting in your garden. So this is going to take a much larger, broad range of greenery. Next slide. And I thought it would be a good chance just to share that, some of the activities that have been happening across the country and here in Winnipeg. I should tell you it's minus 27 here, but our center, we had a great tree planting workshop. Next slide. And in Mississauga, you can see some of the members here planting trees. Next slide. And in Saskatchewan, I think in this activity, they did quite a bit of trees, I think somewhere around 800. Again, great to see people out and enjoying the sun, participating in activity as nice as tree planting. Next slide. And here's a group in BC that they were doing some tree planting earlier in 2024. Next slide. So I think what we wanted to share in this particular meeting was that we wanted to get the message out that the service wing has sort of a singular main activity, and that is around this tree planting. We will be, over the next year, trying to connect with more centers, trying to engage people in this activity, bring better resources. And I also should just mention that behind the scenes over the last year, we've been working closely with the EnviroCare group, with Brother Prasanna, and they've been a great help and continue to be a great inspiration as we go forward. So I want to thank both Sister Rita and Sister Sai Lakshmi, who are going to be coming, who have come on board to help, with the service wing activities, and continue to engage people through our WhatsApp community. And we hope to have more people join from the East over the next year. So with that, just want to say, really nice to see everyone. Thank you, Swami, for giving us this opportunity to present some of the work that we've been doing. And we look forward to celebrating Swami's 100th birthday in a much bigger way than in previous years. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you so very much, Brother Niranjan from the Winnipeg Sai Center, as well as Sisters Sai Lakshmi from Mississauga Central, as well as Sister Ronita from Vancouver, for your hard work in trying to work with the Sai Center service coordinators for us to have a more fruitful tree planting year this year. And so many of the devotees who are here then definitely speak to the Sai Center service coordinators if you're interested in trying to ensure that you can begin to put a plan in place to begin to plant the trees for the summer. So next we have the National Medical Wing, and we have three national coordinators. It's led by Dr. Nishit Dhawan from Vancouver, as well as Sister Patricia from Vancouver, and Sister Listra from the Toronto York Sai Center. And so to present today is Sister Patricia. And so, Sister Patricia, go ahead.
Ram, thank you, Brother Shiva. The medical committee is focusing on two areas, the first being mental well-being, and the second, preventative initiatives. Under the mental health focus, we have three priorities. Next slide, please. The EASE program you may have heard of. This has been started in the US and is slowly working its way through the Sai organization. It's an initiative that will be carried out not only in the centers, but also in the community. It will be in the community. The focus will be on the principles that Swami teaches, but it will have a slightly different verbiage used to explain the principles than we would use in the Sai centers. Currently, 4 of us are being trained in this, and Sister Mina, who I think is online, is a trained facilitator in the EASE program. So as soon as we're trained, we will get to delivering some programs. We're planning some workshops, and these will be conducted based on topical issues that are related to various needs, based on the age groups and stages of life of our devotees. They're designed to increase an understanding and provide ways to deal with our complex world. The young adults are in a unique group. They're sometimes called the sandwich generation. They're busy raising families, and at the same time, they're helping their parents as they are aging. So they have a lot of things pulling them in different directions. And in the past, we have done some fireside chats with this group, which have been really interesting and I think valuable. We'd like to do more, but we've sent out a needs survey so that we can get some feedback from the YAs as to exactly what they'd like to see. On the prevention side, we have developed some nutritional seminars. We're just in the final stages of getting them ready to be delivered. And we'll deliver them in several ways. There will be online, in person, and also through some print materials. So we all know that lifestyle choices are key to good health. Eating healthy is important, exercising, but there's a bewildering amount of information out there, and our seminars and information will provide some guidance on making healthy choices. And lastly, Brother Harry Rangalingam from the Cooksville Center is going to be offering CPR courses. They will be 4 hours in length and will run on Saturdays until Swami's birthday. This is an in-person training, so it will be done out of the Cooksville Center. And information on the registration will be circulated shortly. For those living in other parts of Canada, you can obtain this type of training through organizations such as the Heart and Stroke Foundation, the Red Cross, St. John's Ambulance. The medical wing recommends those three in particular because they're solid programs. They've been well thought through. They've been in place for a number of years, so they deliver a very good product. And we look forward to seeing you at some of our upcoming events. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Sister Patricia, as well as Dr. Nishi and Sister Listra from Toronto York Center for the wonderful programs from the medical wing. And just to summarize, Sister Patricia had mentioned about the EASE program. We're going through the process of sort of training the facilitators, as she had mentioned, and then we would start that particular program later this year, and as well as the CPR training, as you can see, and the mental health programs, workshops for both adults, young adults, are going to be offered. So thank you so very much, Sister Patricia. Next, we have Sister Ashwarya, and she is our National Young Adult Coordinator. Sister Ashwarya.
Sairam, everyone. My name is Aishwarya, and I recently took on the role of the National Young Adults Coordinator alongside my trusty advisor, Sayan. For the young adults, we realized that this year will be incredibly busy, along with the national initiatives such as career development and the seasonal cooking projects that we are working alongside with the SSC wing and the YA-focused mental health programs with the medical wing that is already in place to occur. There are also center initiatives such as Swami's Birthday, Akhanda Bhajan, Save Up projects, SSC programs, all of these things that are going to come into play when, especially in Swami's 100th year, because every center, of course, is going to make it big and really celebrate Swami's 100th year. So we're having a lot of discussions with our young adults across the country, with our YA coordinators more so, and thought that it would be incredibly beneficial to have a young adults festival in a year and a half time. This gives our YAs time to be involved with all the initiatives with their center and along with national initiatives, but also look forward to something that is solely young adults focused. This 3-day retreat will bring together YAs from across Canada in a serene environment for a spiritual experience aimed at personal growth, reflection, and community through workshops, guest speakers, bhajans, sports events, devotional projects, and many more. Participants will engage in deep spiritual learning, connect with themselves and others, and of course, Swami, and develop meaningful insights into their lives. The retreat will be a space for introspection, self-discovery, and cultivating a sense of unity. We were supposed to have one in 2020, but because of COVID, we had to actually cancel or postpone the event. I think the point was we were going to have it later on in 2020, but COVID became bigger than what we had expected. So this festival would be a wonderful opportunity to connect our YAs because we haven't had one in 5 years. Usually we would try to keep a 3-year gap in having festivals and zonal conferences where YAs can connect. So that hasn't really happened, and it'll build on the spiritual aspect of our community. We are still in the initial stages of planning and hope to share we hope to share more details very soon. We will be reaching out to our YA coordinators and our young adults to help us with the logistics and planning of this retreat. It's a great bonding moment when you're also planning a retreat that is solely focused for you and your YA peers. We thought that starting early would help us stay organized in advance and help with a smooth transition. The Canadian Young Adults Festival will be held during the summer of 2026. We are incredibly excited to start this initiative and hope to have all of our young adults there celebrating the vibrant YA community that we do have. So with this, I'm concluding our proposal and wishing everyone a happy 100th year. It's a very exciting year and looking forward to collaborating with different wings of our community, our wonderful Sai community. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you so very much, Sister Aishwarya. Just to summarize, that their main focus for this year for the young adults is to support the local Sai centers. As we all know, that all of the the centers are going to be in full force in their birthday celebrations with devotional programs and all that you have seen. And so the young adults are going to be in full support of the local Sai centers. And in parallel to that, as Sister Aishwarya has beautifully presented here, they're going to be working towards a young adult festival for 2026. So thank you so very much. And the last one is the SSSIO School. And so this year is the 25th year of the SSSIO School of Toronto. It celebrates its 25th year, and more details will be shared. And as we share those details, we certainly will be looking for volunteers within the Toronto area in order to be able to support the school. And even if you're not in the Toronto area, however you would like to support and in the SSSIO School, you may very much be obliged to get in touch with them. And so this is a monumental year for the school, and we certainly are looking forward to those celebrations. Next, we're going to see a video of activities in terms of medical activities that has taken place in the last 1 year. And so this is a 3-minute video. And after this video, then we would go to the regional events.
We have the best doctors that are here from anywhere in the world. They have come here to render their services free because they believe in mankind, they believe in love.
This idea came up last year. We did camps in Nigeria and Benin, and we noticed the extreme need for help in these countries. We decided to have camps in East Africa.
I came here because I heard that there is a free medical camp. My body has so many problems. They have given me walking crutches because the one I have was broken, and I'm so glad with them.
The East Africa Medical Mission was an inspiring and motivational spiritual journey of selfless service, where the medical team of the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization offered consultation, treatment, and free medicine across several specialties, including internal medicine, pediatrics, cardiology, gastroenterology, gynecology, neurology, ophthalmology and optometry, anesthesiology, surgery, physiotherapy and rehab medicine, and dentistry. A total of 5,605 patients were served in this beautiful service in just 8 days at 6 medical camps across the very same 3 countries in East Africa, graced by Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba in 1968, Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania.
We've got different doctors who have cured different diseases to our parents. So it has been a great pleasure today.
He is my son Muhammad Umar. He was not able to sit with his folded legs on flat surface, but we went to the physiotherapist doctor here in this camp. So after that, he is able to sit on flat surfaces very comfortably now.
I came with my daughter, so whenever she's sleeping, she couldn't sleep during the night. Yesterday she had some medication
from this free medical camp. Yesterday night, for the first time after a very long time, she had a very nice sleep, and that was a very happy moment for us.
I've been very privileged that I was invited to this medical camp. It has opened my eyes into learning what the whole SSSIO group stands for.
As a young adult, this has been an incredibly transformative experience. It's kind of set me up to want to do this work for the rest of my life. So get your feet wet now. As a young adult, come join the camps, help us out.
On behalf of the government of Kenya, particularly the Ministry of Health, we express our appreciation for this partnership that is bringing everybody together so that those in need of treatment can be treated.
We have.
And so at this juncture, so thank you so very much. The video that you just watched was a medical camp that was mentioned that took place last summer, and more are in works for this particular summer. And a lot of these efforts that are going to be done over the next 1 year in terms of whether it's devotional programs or service programs, some of these videos are going to be shared across the SSSIO centers. And it certainly serves to inspire devotees to continue to participate in many of these activities, both internationally as well as locally. And so next, what we're going to do is just take about a few minutes and show you what the centers and regions across the country are going to be offering to our dearest Bhagawan. In Region 1, their flagship program in Region 1 is offering 100 hours of academic tutoring to be offered to underprivileged children at SSSIO centers. This is in addition to the Narayana Seva, soup and sandwich walk for values that is being planned, tree planting initiatives, care packages, and one of the more monumental times as well is that the Satya Sai Baba of Toronto York celebrates its 25th year. In Region 2, there is a Hanuman Chalisa chanting for 100 hours. There are SSC programs, regional Gayatri, and a regional picnic to bring together the devotees, as well as Narayana Seva projects. In Region 3, at Kingston, there are bhajan and service activities. In Montreal, there is going to be participating in the Becoming to Being, as well as blood drives and tree planting, Gayatri chanting. And Ottawa is a bhajan sandhya by the youth. Ottawa also has a retreat on April 6th and 7th, as well as public meetings. And public meetings is something that is new to Canada, and Ottawa is going to be leading the way in this particular initiative. In Region 4, in Saskatoon, 108 Sai Gayatris. They're participating in the Sing His Glory initiatives, food banks. At Winnipeg, Sai Gayatri chanting, reading of Tapovanam. In Region 5, in Calgary, tree planting. One very interesting one would be this billboard advertising of Swami's message across the city, as well as broadcasting Swami's bhajans and discourses. In addition to Swami's 100th birthday function. And Edmonton, there is the yearly Walk for Values. There's a community outreach program, bhajans in the park, which sounds fascinating and wonderful, as well as participating in the Becoming to Being devotional program. And then you forgot Region 6. There is the flagship program is a First Nations program. And this would be that they are planning to work with the Wunok Nation for a computer and clothes drive. And they're also exploring the possibilities of a medical camp for the First Nations. And that would be their flagship program in Region 6. And lastly, also planning for the Walk for Values for this particular year. And so those are efforts across the country. And many of these are going to be shared with you through your Psi Center leadership, as well as mainly the Psi Center coordinators, in order to make sure that we keep all of this initiatives. And some of you may be very interested to know what some of the other regions are doing, so that you can get inspired to then to institute or introduce those initiatives in your own Psi centers. And I just have a chat correction. The Toronto York is celebrating its 50th year, not 25 years, but the 50th year anniversary. And so it's a monumental 50 years, half a century at that Toronto York Center. And so one last thing that going back to what I was mentioning, many of these activities within your Psi centers, within the region. And so for this year specifically, there would be activities at the national level, but there's also activities at a regional level. What we are motivating regions and Psi centers across the country to do is to come together and celebrate certain activities and embark on certain activities at a regional level, in addition to what you have already been planned, what you're already planned for at the Psi center level. And to keep all of this intact, we will have a national calendar in order to share, and that would be on the website. And so within the next few weeks, a lot of these are going to be shared on that national calendar. The last thing I want to share with you is the landmark celebration. And last year, through many of workshops, President's Day meetings across with all of the leadership across the country, what was a resounding effort to celebrate Swami's 100th year is, in addition to many of the devotional programs that are going to be is going to be done on Swami's birthday itself on the 23rd of November. In addition to that, we are going to be celebrating what we are calling a landmark celebration of the 100 years of the Avatar. And that's going to be on the 4th October 2025. And this particular landmark celebration is a public outreach event. And so what would be a better way of demonstrating Bhagwan's impact across the world than to share his teachings with the communities that we're living in? And so this is what we're calling a landmark celebration. And as this particular program develops, we will share this across the country. And so this brings us to the end. And I'm going to call upon our sister Priti Grover, who is the Vice President of the National Council, to say a few closing remarks and then a closing ceremony, closing prayers. Sister Priti.
Thank you, Brother Siva. My most humble and gratifying love to each and every one of you who have shared all that you are offering in collaboration with the entire Sai family for his birthday. Just a couple things before I share Bhagwan's word is that Brother Kesh had sent a message on the chat, Brother Siva. If I can just read it out, that they are planning for the Walk for Values 2025 in various parts of Canada, and dates to be communicated soon. Also, please, to everyone, just to you know, if you don't know, that Human Values Day, April 24th, and its activities are also being planned for this day. Both activities will be, of course, to gratify Bhagwan and the universal, human values. And so please watch out for these events and join in your particular area, and more dates will be communicated by the Walk for Values team headed by Brother Kesh, who is the National Walks for Value coordinator. So thank you to Brother Kesh. He had to drop off the call just a few minutes back. So on behalf of all of us, thanking him for his message. And Brother Siva, as you mentioned about the landmark celebration, I think we extend this invitation across the nation to everyone. It's not only for Torontonians or Ontarians, it is for everyone to mark that date, right, Brother Siva? So that anyone who wants to participate and come to Toronto for this event is most heartily welcomed. Please mark that date of October 4th. It's a Saturday, and it will be in collaboration with the SSSIO school. And we are very happy that we are collaborating with the SSSIO school. And lastly, just a correction that the SSSIO school is celebrating 25 years this year. The Sri Sathya Sai Baba Centers of Toronto, York, and Vancouver are celebrating their 50th anniversary, as Bhagwan's celebration is 100th. So there are a lot of celebrations happening across the nation. So we hope that we'll be sharing that excitement with everyone. And on the note of all what we have heard just now, just recapping, if you have just listened on to the devotional, the education, the service, the medical, the young adults, you'll see there's a running theme. It's all about us as human beings. When we start with devotional, it's all about singing His glory and becoming to being. It's all about us. So it's in becoming about us, we are actually glorifying the Lord within each one of us. Education, focusing on Gayatri chanting, messengers of Sai, similarly. Service, trees of love, branching that love, as Brother Niranjan so beautifully quizzed us on. Medical is giving us that EASE program, the CPR program, where we can help not only ourselves, but the community. That is what service is all about. And the young adults reaching out to everyone this year and then culminating in 2026 to bring forth the messages of Sai. So once again, it's all about healing, reviving, energizing, engaging ourselves as we serve our beloved Bhagwan. And Swami has said in his own words, of what use is it to honor the avatar and celebrate his birthday when the message of the avatar is neglected? So let us bring focus, total focus onto his message. The message of the avatar must be born, must become alive, must grow in you, in your heart. And as you reminisce the programs, they are all about him and his messages growing within us in our heart. He says that is the birthday you have to celebrate. Plant the seeds of love as we are planting the trees of love in your heart. Let them grow into trees of service and bear the sweet fruits of bliss. Share bliss with all. This is the proper way to celebrate the birthday of the Avatar. My dearest family, as we have gathered here this evening, may we gather in hearts wherever we are to celebrate him by not just planting seeds or chanting the Gayatri, but really spreading and branching that love of his in the community as we celebrate him. And on that note, on behalf of Brother Siva, Sister Tarini, and myself, I offer my congratulations, our congratulations to all the work and effort that is being put behind the scenes. But let us not take it as in a complacent way, but forge through with our entire might and strength that we may have. Let us keep him in focus, and we will only be sharing love, nothing else for his birthday, and bringing his message not only outside, but inside, around us, behind us, above us, below us, within us. Thank you so much for being here this evening and participating in all that we have heard. Thank you, Bhagwan, for bringing us together. And as we close this evening, let us pray Let us cleanse our minds of anything that may be in our mind right now and empty it out and fill it only with love for Him, as we pray that all the beings in all the worlds be happy. All the beings in all the worlds be happy. Let all the beings in all the worlds be happy. Thank you so much. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai. Sai Ram. And I don't have to say have a safe drive home. Be warm, because we are all warm in our hearts and in our homes. Thank you.
Sarah.